Happy New Year, guys. It is 2026. I'm finally taking a minute to share a video to wish you Happy New Year and to also share what my 2026 goals are, because it's always just good to put it out there. Hopefully you'll encourage someone to do the same. And I would love to hear what your 2026 goals are. You can comment them down below, and I would love to send you a few words of encouragement. I just want to share what my goals are for this year to help keep me accountable and to look back and see how I did. It's just always good to document these kinds of things. But first priority is to get more rest because my usual bedtime is between 12 and 2 a.m. And I know that's terrible, especially if you have to get up in the morning, you work out. That is just unsustainable. So I need to get better rest. So going to bed when my daughter goes to bed, getting more rest will allow me to do, I wrote my goals down so I won't forget anything, but getting better rest will allow me to get up earlier in the morning. So I want to have a more solid morning routine. So getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I want to start that out with my quiet time with God. So just doing my morning devotional first thing, and 100 Days of Believing Bigger devotional journal. So I really like this because it has like a scripture for you to read, and then it has a little snippet from the author. And then you have a section here where she'll ask a question. What impact do you feel you're here to have? And what strongholds do you believe God has designed you to tear down? It's by Marshawn Evans Daniels. 100 Days of Believing Bigger. So I want to do this every morning at 5 a.m. I want to do my journaling. I want to read my scripture every morning at 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then after that, 6 a.m., I want to do my workout. So my workout goals. I am going to adjust my workout goals because it is no joke running out in the cold. I don't know how some people do it. All I think about is how cold I am every step of the run. I'm tight, I'm tense. I really don't enjoy running in the cold. I've been running. I just recently added a treadmill in my home gym, but that's been helping, but it's still challenging because it's in the garage. So it's still really cold. So for my workouts, I want to at least get 5 days a week cardio, 1 hour of cardio, and I can split that up. So if I run, my goal is to run at least 3 times a week, and that can be 1 to 3 miles on the treadmill. And if it's a warmer day, maybe outside, but I'm not going to be so hard on myself about the running. I'm going to give myself more grace with the running. At least 1 hour of cardio 5 days a week, and I can split that up how I want it to. It could be a short run, as long as it's 1 hour of cardio 5 days a week. So maybe 15 minutes on the Stairmaster, and then the rest walking with a weighted vest, or 30 minutes on the Stairmaster and the rest walking, or maybe I can do all running that day. But as long as I get at least 1 hour of cardio 5 days a week, I'm going to adjust that. And then I want to do five consistent days of practicing yoga a week. So I have not been that consistent with my yoga practice. So I want to be more consistent with my yoga practice. And then 3 days a week of weight training. So lifting weights, which I do get a little bit of strength training in my yoga practice. So those are my fitness goals. And then eating wise, I want to just really eat clean, which I try to do most of the time anyway. I love eating mostly vegetarian. I still eat fish, occasionally chicken, but my diet is majority vegetarian. So I want to make sure I get more protein. So lately I've been having more eggs in the morning. I'll add collagen into my matcha or protein powder into my matcha. So just making sure I get my protein goals, keep it low carb. I seem to do really well with a low carb diet. So keeping it low carb and just not overeating. I eat healthy most of the time, but I overeat. I'm a big eater. I can eat more than my husband sometimes. I can eat more than my husband. So just keeping my portions down, because I do eat healthy. It's just portion control is important too. So watching my portions, keeping it low carb, meeting my protein goals. Also, I want to plan better. I am terrible at planning. Like I'm terrible at like planning trips. So like for my birthday, I want to start planning my birthday trip now. My daughter's birthday is going to be this summer. So planning things early. If there's something fun that I want to do, like I want to go on I've never been camping. So I want to go on like a camping trip, but glamping, like maybe like staying in like a little, what are those little I want to go like on a glamping kind of situation for my birthday. So I want to plan something like that where I can go hiking and kind of camp outside, but not totally. You're staying in like a camper, and then you can go to the main office to get supplies and things that you need. So not totally camping, but maybe a glamping type of activity. But I want to plan better trips. My gardening. So one of my friends, my violin teacher, past violin teacher, she sent me a little journal for Christmas, and this is going to be my journal for gardening. So it's been about a solid year since I've been gardening. I didn't plan anything. So this time I am going to plan better. So I am going to plant my spring seeds early. I'm thinking maybe March I'll get back in. Right now I'm taking a break from gardening because it's just too cold, guys. Like it's just too cold. I tried, the soil's frozen. I tried to cover some of the vegetables that I had going. That didn't work. The wind blew the covers off. I'm uncomfortable while I'm trying to garden. It's just, yeah, I see why people take breaks now in the winter when they're gardening, because it's just, for one, things just seem to have a hard time to grow, and it's just uncomfortable to be out there in the cold, and then the soil freezes and then I can't even think because I'm so cold. So I am taking a break from gardening. I did try, but I am planning my spring seeds. So I'm thinking if I plant them January, February, like some of the spring flowers that I want to grow, I'm going to start planting those. I'm thinking in February. That way in March, April, they'll be ready for me to plant when it's a little bit warmer. So I'm going to document how my gardening is going, how that's going once I start back in the spring. Actually, I'll probably start back once I start planting my seedlings, and I'll share that with you what I'm planting. I got some new books for my violin practice. I am still trying to learn third position and a little bit of second position, but I got some just like beginner books for third position. So I really want to hone in on my third position practice for my violin. So I'm really focusing on that, and I want to practice my violin more. Like it's challenging to get my practice in with working out and everything, but at least 4 to 5 times a week, I want to be more consistent with my violin practice. Another goal of mine is to get a few online certifications. So I do work from home, and it's mostly customer facing roles. I'm a customer success account manager. You're always on camera, and honestly I'm a very introverted person. I would love to get more on the technical side of things. So I enrolled myself in Coursera. They have like online certifications. There's a couple of certifications that I plan to do in addition to working. So um, I want to get more on the technical side, maybe even on the AI side of working online, but I really want to get more like cloud support, IT tech. That's more of my vibe and what I would love to get into. Also want to just post more consistently. I have a YouTube channel that I just don't really post on that much, and I have, I don't know, maybe 1,500 subscribers on there, but I want to get back into posting more consistently on my YouTube channel, posting more consistently here on TikTok, Instagram. So just maybe if I create a schedule for myself, like I'm thinking TikTok, maybe post 2 to 3 times a week, YouTube once a week. But I'm thinking if I plan a schedule for myself, what I would like to share, that'll help me to be more consistent. But I definitely want to be more consistent with posting online. But those are my goals so far. Thank you so much for listening. If you've listened to this entire video, please share what your goals are so I can send a few words of encouragement. I want to wish you a happy new year and many blessings, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.